Hey guys, how's it going? Eminem Gaming here, and today I'm back with another video. This is just going to be a discussion video. You're probably used to these on my channel. I like to do these sort of videos. If you don't like me just rambling on for about 20 minutes or whatever, maybe skip this video. But if you do like this sort of stuff, stay around, let me know your opinions and all that good stuff. Now, I'm going to discuss a certain topic and then I'm just going to go off, okay guys? So we're going to talk about MPDs. So if you want to see the MPDs, make sure to stay for the first couple of minutes. I'll discuss the MPDs and who won if you don't already know. But before we get into all that, if you don't mind subscribing to my channel, obviously that helps me out a lot. If you want to like the video, if you like it, obviously, that'd be awesome. And if you don't mind checking out my last video where I talk about PlayStation VR price being revealed, leaked sort of, I talk about Ratchet and Clank possibly being delayed, and I also talk about my first impressions of Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2. So take a breath. Let's get into this, guys. So first of all, let's get the MPDs out of the way. You probably already know, but if you don't, PlayStation have won their 10th month of the year in the MPDs. The months that Xbox has won, I believe, was April, which was ironic. I think it was the same month Bloodborne come out, which is ironic. So that was incredibly well. You got to take your hat off to Xbox for doing that. That was a big month for them, and they won it. And also October, was that when Halo 5 came? Yeah, October, guys, they won. So that's 2 big months. But what's really important for PlayStation, as you see me struggle to explode this bomb here, what's really important for PlayStation is the fact that they've won their first ever in the US. I mean, worldwide they've won every single month, but in the US, a big market, they've won their first holiday season, going from October to December. That's what people class as the holiday season. You can argue maybe from September to January, but let's just say October to December. They won 2 out of 3, and you got to take your hats off to Microsoft, because they did put out a good lineup. But in terms of hardware and software, now the software is more important, but we'll get into that in a minute. PlayStation has dominated, and yeah, you got to be happy as a PlayStation fan that there's more people on your system, more support, and yeah, things are looking good anyway. If you're a PlayStation fan, and if you're an Xbox fan, the sales were hardly bad. So let's get into this. The software sales, again, they won. Now, ironically, they won 10 out of the 12 months of hardware sales, but they actually won 11 out of the 12 months in software sales, which is pretty impressive for PlayStation. So software would include exclusives, console exclusive, non-exclusive games, you know what I mean? It counts all of that, but very interesting to see, and that these PlayStation gamers are, you know, supporting their games, whether they be multiplats or exclusives, and it's great to see. It's great to see. But that's my little section over, guys. If you don't really care now about anything else, I don't mind. But I'm going to start rambling on what PlayStation really need to do to kick on in 2016. What's going to be most important for them, and all that sort of stuff. I just ramble on, but so I do apologise, guys. But what they need to do to continue this, I think they've got the price drop down already. I don't think they need a price drop. They've got their big IPs coming out next year. That is massive. I don't think people really understand how massive that really is for PlayStation next year. The first 2 years have been, I've really liked it. Do you know what I mean? I made a PlayStation channel, so you know I'm hardly disappointed in really what I have experienced on my PlayStation 4. But we haven't had a God of War. We haven't had a Gran Turismo. We haven't had a Uncharted. I'm talking new games. We've had remasters and all that, and I love remasters. Don't get me wrong. I buy remasters. I'm not like some of these guys who say I don't like remasters, but will buy the Uncharted one if like the Xbox has a remaster, and they're like, oh well, I've, and the Xbox guys who say, oh I hate remasters, but then buy State of Decay. Do you know what I mean? For me, I love remasters. I love games in general. So to me, remaster as much as you want, make new games as much as you want, as long as you're helping the gaming industry. That's all I care about. So yeah, guys. Oh, I've kind of lost off topic. But yeah, in terms of new games, we've had some really good ones. We've had Drive Club, which I loved. I mean, I was just scrolling through last night because I bought Drive Club and actually I think I've got the season pass. I'm not big into racing games, but that doesn't mean the game's bad. You know what I mean? I bought a genre I'm not that into, but yeah, Uncharted. Let's take a step back. Drive Club. The amount of DLC they've put into that game, it's definitely a labour of love. Although it had a rocky launch, they've really done all that they possibly can to make that game the best possible game they can. And definitely, you got to take your hats off to those guys at Evolution Studios. But it's not a big IP, you know what I mean? It's not a big IP. Just trying to think. We've had Bloodborne again. Love Bloodborne, my game of the year, my game so far of this generation. That should tell you all you need to know. That's pretty impressive for a new IP to get well, they probably don't care what I think, but in my opinion, game of the generation, because it was just something completely out the blue and took me so much by surprise that, yeah, absolutely loved that game. But again, it's not that big of an IP. It's not even as big, I'd say, as Dark Souls. Dark Souls, Demon Souls are bigger IPs. This is a completely new one. We had Infamous, which would probably be our biggest game that PlayStation has released, and that we've got. Again, I love Infamous. I absolutely adore Infamous. It's a great game. Platinum, my first platinum, well, second platinum ever. So absolutely will vouch for that game. But apart from that, we haven't had like the big, I say sucker punch ironically, but we haven't had the big, big hitter yet, which next year, let's just break it down. I said we haven't had a Gran Turismo. Well, we're getting a Gran Turismo. I said we haven't had an Uncharted. Well, we're getting an Uncharted. We've got games like Gravity Rush that we've never seen on a PlayStation console before. We've seen it on a handheld, but we've never seen it on the PlayStation console. I've been waiting for this game, guys. I've got a Vita. As soon as I found out for this, I have been waiting and waiting and waiting for this game for so long, and I cannot wait to finally get it next month. I've got it pre-ordered. We've also got new IPs again. We've always got new IPs coming, like Horizon, and we've got what's it called? Last Guardian. So I do know the name, guys. I just brain fart for a quick second there. We've got them sort of games. You could argue Last Guardian ain't really a new IP, saying it's been in development for 8 years, but I can't wait for it either way. But yeah, it's going to be a big year for PlayStation. But for what they need to do, I don't think they need to do that much. They need to nail the price of the PlayStation VR. You need to show people that you're not that much of a greedy company. You're not sticking $600 price tag on something. £350 pound. I think you're nailing it there. You're nailing it on the head, and people will buy it and understand that this is a new peripheral, and they're losing money on the system itself. Being £150 cheaper than Oculus, that's pretty impressive as well. But then, in terms of the console, possibly a PlayStation 4 Slim. depending if they can make it more cost effective, run better, and all that. When I say run better, I'm not saying put 4K on it, do you know what I mean? But I'm saying uh, make it less loud. I can't hear mine, but I don't really listen out for it. But yeah, it's going to be very impressive to see what happens next year. A lot of people have claimed that PlayStation hasn't got too many games. Well, this is the year that PlayStation shows them, and let's see, guys, if actually the exclusives hurt them, if they should focus more. Well, I'd rather have the exclusives, of course, but let's see how it affects the sales, because their biggest IP lost them the month. But yeah, guys, that's just a ramble on. I'm kind of just going on now. Let me know what you think. Do you really care about the MPDs, or do you not bother? Do you think PlayStation's going to have a good year? Let me know in the comment section, guys, and I'll see you in a new video.